Brandon Alsler here, play-by-play for the Abby Canucks. You got it locked on the line change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast.
What's up, Canucks Nation? Welcome back to the Line Change, and if you're new, welcome to the Line Change. Now, the Vancouver Canucks are currently sitting 32nd in the NHL standings. Down on the farm, Abbotsford is also 32nd in the AHL standings, as well as goals for. From the top down, this organization is starving for an offensive spark. While the market for college free agents is moving fast, there is one elite scoring target still on the board who already knows how to dominate in British Columbia. He's the ECAC Player of the Year and a top 10 Hobey Baker finalist. We've already seen Bennett Shemek make an immediate impact in Abbotsford, but Hayden Stavroff is the pure, natural-born finisher this system needs. Today, we're breaking down why Stavroff needs to be the number one target on the Canucks' NCAA wish list. Now, this article is brought to us by our friends over at Canucks Army, and in particular, our friend Dave Hall. So let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's dive right into it. So as you guys can see here, title of this article, why Hayden Stavroff should be at the top of the Canucks' list of NCAA targets. So let's go ahead and read this from Dave. This is from a couple of days ago. And he goes on to say the 2025-26 NCAA season is nearing its end, with most programs already eliminated from contention and 16 others chasing a national title. With that comes the annual wave of undrafted free agents preparing to put pen to paper and make the jump from college to the professional ranks. In fact, we've already seen several of the top names signed. We've highlighted several players at Canucks Army, and many have already been taken off the market. From our list, the Vancouver Canucks did land one, snagging Bennett Shemek from Arizona State. The 22-year-old forward signed a one-year AHL deal and has already made an immediate impression in Abbotsford. Although he has just 3 assists to show statistically, the underlying impact has been noticeable. Deployed on the top line and top power play unit, Shemek has brought a new offensive spark to the lineup and looks dangerous in most of his shifts. With time to adjust, he could prove to be a strong addition to the organization. While some may downplay the impact of an AHL contract, it's important to view it through a broader organizational lens. At the top, the Vancouver Canucks currently sit 32nd in the NHL standings and tied for last in goals at 174. And that lack of production stems even further down on the farm. Abbotsford has faced similar offensive struggles, sitting 32nd in the AHL with the second worst goals for record. They're actually at 147, not 146, as of the time of this recording. Heck, even at the ECHL level, consistency has been a challenge for the Kalamazoo Wings as well, the Vancouver Canucks' ECHL affiliate. The takeaway in all of this is crystal clear. This organization needs an offensive injection at multiple levels, so why not continue taking swings on offensive-minded free agents? Look no further than Hayden Stavroff as a potential target. We've covered Stavroff in our list, but his season and recent accomplishments have warranted an even further dive. Hayden Stavroff checks multiple boxes. Simply put, few players in this year's NCAA class are producing or being recognized at the level the Dartmouth winger is right now. As a sophomore, Stavroff has more than doubled his freshman point total in the same number of games and nearly tripled his goal output. Now scoring a vital goal in a 2-1 win, he adds an ECAC Conference Championship to his list of accolades, with Dartmouth advancing to the NCAA tournament. Looking through his ledger, the production speaks for itself. Stavroff currently leads the nation in goals with 29 and sits among the top 5 in total points with 48, establishing himself as one of the most dangerous offensive players in college hockey this season. But it's not just the numbers, as his accolades do most of the talking. The sophomore forward has now been named Ivy League Player of the Year, ECAC Player of the Year, and named to the ECAC First All-Star Team and a top 10 finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, becoming just the second player in Dartmouth program history to earn that final distinction. As mentioned, you can now add ECAC champion to that list. Before his NCAA breakup, Stavroff was already a known offensive juggernaut in British Columbia. Across 2 BCHL seasons with Salmon Arm and the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, he posted 90 points, 49 goals, and 41 assists in 86 games. His final season saw him lead the league in goals with 35 and pace the playoffs with 13 goals despite his team falling in the semifinals. By now, the profile is clear, and Stavroff is a natural goal scorer. He possesses one of the better releases in this year's free agent class with the ability to beat goaltenders from multiple areas, whether it's from the half wall, the slot, or with soft hands in tight. He's a player who can score in a variety of fashions, sliding away from coverage to utilize his quick and heavy one-timer. While he is an obvious threat on the power play option, just 6 of his goals have come on the power play, with much of his production coming at even strength. He also sits second in the ECAC and tied for third in the nation with 5 game-winning goals. At 5'11" and around 185 pounds, he is not physically imposing, but he compensates with pace, energy, and competitiveness. Stavroff plays with a high motor, pressures defenders on the forecheck, and isn't afraid to attack the interior as a player who plays bigger than his frame may suggest. He bumps and grinds for his possessions and doesn't slack in his defensive responsibilities. He's competitive and in your face with the ability to make you pay for your mistakes. Like many NCAA free agents, his skating isn't elite, but it's effective. His first step is strong enough to challenge NCAA defenders and support play in all 3 zones, and should be enough to maintain his scoring touch at the professional level. All things considered, his profile projects well to the AHL as a scoring winger. His willingness to compete for the puck for every puck suggests there may be more to his upside in the NHL, but it will come down to his size and whether it hinders his transition. It's safe to say that if he were just a few inches tall, he might be one of the top targets in this year's crop. For a Canucks organization searching for offense, or a right shot goal scorer with ties to BC may be exactly what the system needs. So there's that article. Some great stuff, as always, written by Dave Hall. Of course, Dave is known to be the prospect guy. He's got all the insider knowledge on all the prospects. We, of course, had him on the podcast a few times now, but more recently we had him on talking about the upcoming draft. Of course, I am hoping to have Dave on once again, hopefully the closer we get to the draft. And, hopefully Dave and I can do something draft related, especially as I mentioned with the draft coming up. So hopefully we'll have Dave back on the podcast hopefully soon. But like I said, great stuff from Dave. And honestly, having read this article literally makes me say what I say in the thumbnail title. Sign this kid now. Like, offer him a deal and see if he signs. Perhaps he might be one of those, NCAA players who just wants to play professional hockey and doesn't care who offers him the contract. I mean, if this kid is as good as he looks, teams are going to be lining up for this kid. So you got to, shoot your shot, and you got to offer this kid a contract. So hopefully Patrick Galvin and Jim Rutherford are hearing what I'm saying, and they announced that they've signed Hayden Stavroff, because this would be huge for this organization. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. And also, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the Line Change, and be sure to have your notifications turned on so you don't miss more in-depth analysis of your Vancouver Canucks. Now that that's been said, let's take a look at the NHL betting odds. I know today there's only 2 games on tap, and we already covered one of them in our post game last night. So let's take a look at the other game that is on tap for tonight, or today rather. So I believe earlier we looked at the Bruins and the Sabres. We'll look at the Rangers and the Maple Leafs in this one. So the Rangers are a minus 1.5 and a plus 200 on the puck line. The Toronto Maple Leafs are a plus 1.5 and a minus 245 on the puck line, while the Rangers are a minus 122 on the money line, and the Maple Leafs are a plus 102 on the money line. Just a casual reminder, these odds are, of course, subject to change, and of course, please play responsibly. But I want to thank the sponsor of this video, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is, of course, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for the fastest game on ice. With player props and live betting, every shift, every shot, every save gives you options to get in on the game with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois, 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario, restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright 2026 NHL, all rights reserved. This video has been a presentation of both DraftKings Sportsbook as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, where it's every team, everywhere. Once again, drop your comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next line change.